midnight, in a 200-year-old haunted house down a dark Sussex road comes a carload of Brighton men with the eeriest job in the world. For the Sussex ghost hunters are preparing to track down whatever it is that has frightened away from here 3 different caretakers. They bring to their unenviable task some of the resources of modern science, including radar and a tape recorder, plus, of course, plain common sense. As a precaution against practical jokers, Mr. Ted Henty, the chief ghost hunter, seals the windows. An ex-Brighton policeman and ex-soldier, he's an expert at devising booby traps for unwelcome earthly visitors. Sometimes ghost hunter Henty strews sand and flour over the spot where the supernatural disturbances are claimed to have occurred. And Mr. Bruce Copen uses a device which he calls a radiomagnetic detector pendulum to find out whether the ghost had been a man or a woman and where the spooky goings-on took place. He's a dowser and claims that with this divining rod he can tell the age of the troublemakers when they died. Mr. Haestier, a wireless and electrical engineer, brings to the hunt instruments that check up on human trespassers. Radar, which can immediately detect a human presence, is one of his exposure weapons. The hunters know that the disturbances that frightened away the 3 caretakers, no one else had lived here for 20 years, were near the chimney. So a thorough search is made for a possible simple explanation to the mystery, or, who knows, the ghost himself. Cotton thread provides an effective check on whether the uninvited guest is a genuine spook or a real live fake. A ghost who is using his title under false pretenses will, if he stumbles into this trap, soon be brought back to reality. The sound of thread snapping or an ornament falling will be amplified by a microphone, establishing the movements of any phony ghost. And now for some real atmosphere. The caretakers had all told a similar story about the mysterious happenings here. They told of paint pots and ornaments being moved. They told of creaking floorboards, shuffling feet. Could all 3 have been merely imagining things? Could the weird surroundings have played tricks with their minds? At the tape recorder, Mr. Dudley Gamble-Jones, the team's inventive brain, awaits the telltale sound that'll give them the answers. They've even installed their own internal telephone system so that any disturbances recorded on the various instruments can be reported to each other immediately. The spook seems to be a bit shy just now, but the ghost hunters are convinced there is trouble somewhere around, and they intend to go on investigating until they are satisfied that the supposed ghost has no further interest in his present surroundings.